Welcome back to another exciting episode of No Quest for the Wicked. Friends, I have 2 questions for you.
I'm intrigued. Tell me what they could be.
Go on.
Are you ready to rock?
I think I may be. I think I'm feeling up to it today.
You know what? If you 2 guys are down to rock, I think I could probably rock.
Yeah, I can do it.
Now, let me further this discourse by
Okay,
asking you, are thou'st ready to roll?
I believe on this lovely morn, I shall be ready to roll.
This fair midday sun really does have me in the mood to rolleth.
Thus henceforth I am ready to roll.
And we shall roll in unison together, brothers in arms.
Cody, what happened to your voice?
We're not a Starfinder podcast anymore. We're a bad D&D show.
This is Kojula,
Kojo.
fair knight of the realm.
Okay. We left y'all off with a declaration of war being sent out by the Federation. You guys are now outside under the night sky in Usaron, sitting on Cathin's hood, bullet-riddled and scorched from the drone attack earlier in the day, and he has pulled up a video of the announcement. And oddly enough, it is a familiar face making
Fucking Decker.
the announcement. It is Arwen Decker standing at the front of a podium, and he is addressing an audience. Over the past 24 hours, there have been 16 attacks perpetrated by Synonun Imperial saboteurs on planets within the Federation, each with a message that the Empire has decided to claim control of Casa-Mal. This, of course, is unacceptable. While we have coexisted with the Empire's hostile attitude for decades, we can no longer excuse these acts of aggression on Federation soil, and more important, on Federation citizens. We no longer must make excuses for the actions of Synonun Prime and its Imperial agents. For these are acts of war, and the Ministry of Defense will be launching counter-offensive measures against the Empire. It is with heavy heart that the Federation of Councils declares Casa-Mal in a state of war. I assure you, with the strength of the Ministry of Defense, your homes and families will be protected. This Synonun threat will be met with swift and decisive action. We have enjoyed many years of peace, and we will know them once again. It is in times of war that it is important to remember that the Federation stands for unity, and together we will endure, and we will triumph. And the audience applauds, and you hear the shudder and flashes of cameras as he poses, essentially, for them and basks in the uproarious applause. And Cathin turns off the video, and he leans back. Why are you guys here? Not the bullshit that you're going to feed me. You wouldn't come back here to a place where you killed the overseer of the Tavern Guild if it wasn't for a good reason.
Oh, yeah, I forgot we didn't mention this part. So, this silver liquid that we've been talking about, that you saw what it can do, we have evidence that a large portion of it was brought to Usaron a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
It's in the military base, allegedly. The Department of Defense has a line on it. So why does the Department of Defense need this liquid? Or what are they doing with it?
So you're saying the Ministry of Defense, who just declared war on Synonun Prime, has this liquid that the Synonun's are leaking.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, the liquid controls you, so I'm pretty sure the Synonun's aren't doing this of their own accord.
Cathin slides off the hood of the car and looks at you for a second. And he waffles a bit, and he kicks a stone. He says, "You guys cool?"
Yeah. We're pretty
Yeah.
fucking cool.
We've been like fugitives and outlaws, and we've done a lot of cool, not cool things.
He takes a deep breath, and before your eyes, his skin pales and turns a grayish blue, and horns spiral out of the top of his head. And before you stands a Synonun.
Cody sticks his hand out. Hi. Nice to meet the real you.
What I look like doesn't change who I am.
You know what I meant. It was a nice gesture.
And I appreciate it. But my people are about to be slaughtered.
Yeah, and we've been working pretty hard to try to make that not happen.
Yeah, trust me, I'm not coming at you guys. This is an olive branch.
Well, my next step of my plan was to try to find a Synonun, so we just skipped ahead on that one pretty quick. So,
loves it when a plan comes together.
Yeah. Look, no, we don't believe your people have anything to do with this.
No.
Nope.
We need to get into the military base. We need to find the liquid, and we need to find Azin.
There's more to it than that, I think, as well. What benefit does the Federation have for attacking Synonun Prime? Do you have any idea what they would gain from doing this? Because we have been under sanctions for a very long time. Synonun Prime is not thriving, and I don't know what we have that they want, but it's got to be something.
Are we okay with some broad guesses here?
I think that's all we're working with at the moment. So yeah, go for it.
What if the entity that's channeling into this liquid is in Synonun Prime, and they need a reason to go and get it or to free it?
That puts them back in good guy territory. Because if we're going to believe what the Synonuns in there who are under its control said, whatever's got the master control wants to destroy Euceron.
Yes.
If the Ministry of Defense wants to find whoever that is and stop them, I'm back on their side.
I don't know. The shipment and all this timing feels so weird.
Well, I mean, an excuse to go to Synonun Prime and to free it because they're buddies, not because to do something good.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe the attack here wasn't necessarily to kill the planet. Maybe the aim was just to provoke the war.
Unless the thing is on, but the serum made it really sound like it wanted to kill the planet. So we need to figure out what the benefit of is that as well, because we have two-pronged here. Obviously, someone wanted to start a war, so why? And second, maybe they do want to still kill this planet, so why? So I think those are the two big overlaying mysteries that we have to figure out.
Maybe the Ministry of Defense are experimenting with this liquid. Maybe that's something that might threaten it.
Maybe the Ministry of Defense isn't controlling anything necessarily. I mean, put this in a few Synonuns and let them do whatever destructive thing that liquid will make them do, and you got yourself a war, right?
Seems too controlled.
I think we can agree that the liquid is being used to get the Synonuns to stage these attacks.
Yes.
But there's a second intention. What we saw in there, I don't think was the Ministry of Defense, or at least not their end goal.
It's Azin or whatever Azin's dealing with.
So, gentlemen, if you know where this liquid is, it would stand to reason that we need to get to wherever it is and either take it from them so they can no longer use it, or, at the very least, find out what specifically they're doing with it to make it useful to them.
I think we need to talk to Vorax.
So my worry is that he can't be trusted, and my other worry is that you already tipped our hand that we know about the silver liquid right to his face.
Yeah.
Well, I was trying to save some lives.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just pointing out that we might be boned.
I don't know. He doesn't...
We could just see what's in the base.
Well that's why we're here.
Vorax could still be a good person. If so, he saw that what we said was correct. That they did die, their faces did melt. So maybe he's a good person. We go and he gives us aid to get in the base.
Maybe. Catherine probably knows him better than we do. You didn't seem too chill when we mentioned him earlier.
Vorak he's Ministry of Defense, right? I don't know what he is like in character. He seems, he's done a lot for you, Saran, but at the end of the day, I don't know where his allegiance lie.
Yeah, he seemed all too happy to arrest a bunch of Synonunns, so I'm not exactly sure he's going to believe anything we say. Do you have a way for us to get into the Ministry of Defense base? And I know that's unlikely.
No, it's one of the things that Lady Emberheart and I have been working on. We assume that there is some sort of correlation between Contra and the Ministry of Defense. They have a connection, and I mean that quite literally in the sense that Contra has built a sky rail from the quarry out through to various shipping locations, warehouses, and at the end of it also connects to the Ministry of Defense.
Mm-hmm. Well, look, I think we need to take a minute and rest anyway, because I got a lot of holes in me. I also might know someone who could help if Contra are involved. Do you know a man by the name of Shane? Looks like a grumpy gardener, lives here in Euceron?
No, but I can... The nice thing about working with Lady Amberheart is she has resources. I can get her to find him.
He probably has some knowledge.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I will. I'll reach out.
I need to find him anyway, but I think he could help.
All right, I will. Yeah. He walks off a little bit and gets on the phone and makes a call. And he's out of earshot, so you guys can talk about things if you would like.
I wouldn't even know where to start, really.
Poor Synonun's. This is shit.
No, it is. It's,
Yeah, it seems our two options here are two people we don't know if we can trust.
Yeah, do we trust Catherine? He's real cool and all, but...
Oh, no, Catherine I trust. I mean Shane and Vorax.
I trust Shane.
Cody, it's been a long time.
Yeah, and it's been a very short time since we met Catherine. And he does explicitly work for someone who wants to kill you.
Yes, but at least I know his intentions. The people that you used to know, your old friends, they've all signed weird contracts that bind them. We don't know what Contra holds over your friend Shane.
No, we don't, but we need to find that out too, so...
I think putting too much trust in Catherine might be a mistake.
Yeah.
But...
I don't know if he's fighting for his people.
No, I trust his motives, I just don't trust the person.
I want to trust him, but I don't know.
Hey, at the very least, we know what drives Lady Emberheart.
Do we?
Yes. Protecting this planet and vengeance. We know that because that's why she is who she is.
But even then, it's like two conflicting principles.
And that's why she has control over her body, I assume.
For now.
Because those things are in constant. Yeah, and if she loses control, then she's just going to come after me. It's not like she's going to blow up the universe.
She expressly said she wanted to.
Yeah, but she doesn't have the means to do it.
Maybe she does.
She literally
Cody,
does.
You're being very suspicious of everyone else who isn't your old friend Shane you haven't seen in 30 years.
And you're being very trustworthy, or trustful, of everybody else.
I appreciate
you know what I'm saying has merit, and I know what you're saying has merit.
Your phone's ping.
Yeah, let's check them.
And it is Astrid with the information that you requested earlier in the day about the summit and what Sebastian Grant has been looking into in terms of Iberium.
How good a distraction.
You know, she's going to call you, because I think it'd be easier to have this in a conversation than in texts.
Sounds good.
I assume you've heard the news.
It's hard to miss.
You guys okay? Everything is all right on your end?
We're still breathing.
We've had a day.
So I looked into your request, and as to be expected, a lot of these documents have been redacted or, confiscated by the Ministry of Defense, a lot like the other stuff that he was working on. But I was able to find a report that he made in regards to sealing off a vein of Iberium. And he was trying to, it looks like, stop it from being mined.
The second vein.
The large
Interesting.
one. Yes.
Okay.
Did it say his reasoning? Was there something found?
I would assume that because of the size of it, it was a safety concern.
Yeah, would it, maybe the spikes can't keep up with the new load of toxicity?
She shrugs and just says, the information I have access to is pretty limited, but it seems like that was what he was doing the week that he died, was trying to make sure that that vein stayed sealed.
Is there anything else you can give us about the meeting beyond that? Who was there? Things like that?
No. Unfortunately, the summit was behind closed doors. It involved the Ministry of Defense, so it is confidential information, classified.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we're going to get any more information out of this. Again, I can do my best to do the bureaucracy thing and cut through red tape, but I think that would raise more alarms than actual information that would be useful. So let's leave it as a last resort. If we can't find a lead, I will pull the trigger on this, but let's wait if you guys are okay with that.
Yeah.
As a side note, what we're seeing here, the Synonuns might not be behind what's going on.
Okay. What makes you think that?
They're being controlled by the silver liquid.
Yeah, we just finished fighting a bunch who were all controlled, so...
Okay, well those are pretty heavy allegations.
Did we tell you we saw Valai? Have we gotten to that part yet?
Oh, I don't think we told her about that.
Oh, fuck, yeah. We saw Valai.
We can do that in the next call, though. This is more.
Yeah, this is probably not as pressing.
Just brush it off.
She's like mouth dropped, eyes wide. She says, "You saw a Valai?"
The last one, yeah.
Did you know they're the Eris engines?
Yeah, they turn themselves into engines.
Wow, we're unloading a lot right now.
They're the Eris. They built the Eris shuttles, yes.
No, they became them.
Yeah.
Also, the weird feedback, I guess, is echoes of the Valai inside. I thought you'd want to know because of what your dad was looking into,
Also, the silver liquid is their blood. We have a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll call you back.
Also, Doris Van Grant is still alive, but dead.
Oh, yeah. She says you're a nice kid.
She just stares blankly into the screen, and then the call ends.
We had a busy couple of days, eh?
It's so much. I kind of forgot.
Yeah, we I completely forgot we didn't update her on the Valai.
Yeah, it's like the expert in them. We probably should have done that right away, eh?
We're dealing with a lot. It's okay.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that a couple hours ago I thought my mom being dead was the biggest thing we'd have to deal with today or yesterday?
Oh man, that got swept under the rug too. Shit, there's so much happening.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, your brother's going to come try to kill you soon.
Yeah, he could be working for anyone involved here. I have no idea what's going on.
There's a lot.
Is he a centrifuge kind of guy or more of a direct conflict kind of guy?
Direct conflict. He's as dumb as fucking sand.
Okay. So I'm not too worried about.
Is sand dumb?
Well, sand doesn't have any thought. Sand is at the will of the wind. So the wind is what's smart. The sand is just its pawn.
The wind is smart? Whoa.
Catherine walks in and say, "What the fuck are you guys talking about?"
Sand and wind?
Yeah, the sand doesn't have thoughts.
Merrick just starts laughing. Merrick is just like, we need to get
God, we must be the absolute worst to do. We just ruined fucking Astrid's day. We're ruining his day. God. There's the Valai somewhere. It's just like, oh, why these guys?
These three are a menace to society and they don't even know it.
He's popping into another ship as we speak. Like, oh, no, you are the chosen ones.
Catherine says, "I've got an address for you."
Oh, wow. Let's,
Should we go pay him a nighttime visit?
No, what? No. Was that like code for killing him?
No,
or
I just
robbing him?
Go at night.
Oh, yeah.
Really think it's going to matter when we go to visit him.
Why did you say that so ominously?
We smash cut to the car pulling up to the Gentino Cemetery.
Oh, no.
This can't be.
Well, I mean, how long have you not seen the guy?
I'm not really sure. Like 60 years, I think.
Oh, shit, he's human?
Yeah, and how old about was he when you knew him?
Pretty old. He just... Yeah, no, I know. I hadn't really... Because it just doesn't seem... Feels like it was... I'm gonna take a minute. I'm gonna go find his gravestone.
Do we give him some space?
Give him some space, but look out for any symbology, potential info drops. Like, he was still given this name, so let him grieve, but keep your eyes out.
Cody, you get there. And sure enough, there is a tombstone for your friend Shane. And he lived a good life. He lived a long life. But unfortunately, he was human. And the time is finite. But the one thing to note is that the grave is well kept. And there is fresh flowers there. Or not fresh. I would say they are just about reach the end of their life. And
Cody, fully breaks down crying at the grave.
Behind you, you hear footsteps. Small footsteps. They're light, and you hear a voice say, "Cody?"
Oh man, I don't know. I'm frozen.
Is that you? Is that you, Cody?
Do I recognize the voice?
You sure do. It's Izzy.
I turn around and I cry more. And I grab her and hug her.
Just hugs you. Yeah, she just embraces you, and I think she cries too. And it's just heavy sobs for a little bit until she manages to sort of catch her breath, and she puts her little hands on your face, and she just like grabs you, and she's like pretty much holding you by your ears, and she's staring at you while you're on your knees and she's standing up, and she says, "Where have you been?"
I just sign, "It's a long story, and I'm not quite sure." And then I like brush the tears from my eyes and sign, "Sorry, this has been a lot."
She signs, "It's great that you still remember how to do this." But then she points to her ear and she shows that she has a fairly complex hearing aid, and she says, "We can go either way if you would like."
Cody signs, "Holy shit!" And then signs, "Oh my god, it's so good to see you." And then he says, "Oh, sorry. Oh my god, it's so good to see you. I don't even know what to say. How are you? You look great."
I look old, but thank you. You look great.
I got a lot of holes in me right now.
You look good. Is this your first visit?
I just found out.
I'm sorry.
Right now.
Once everything went the way that it went, and you three disappeared. I mean, you two disappeared.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember, I would say, anything, practically.
Okay.
I would really like if you could help me resolve that. That's kind of why I'm here, among other things. But yeah.
She picks up the old flowers that are in the in like the urn in front of the grave, and she's holding both in each hand, and she hands them to you in the same way. So like one in one hand, one in the other, and she holds your hand steady. And in between the two flowers, she signs, "Do you remember Alpha?"
Can I sign, or are my hands being?
Your hands are full, so it's like a yes or no nod. Or
I kind of like incline my head in a yes and no manner, like a little head waggle.
She signs, "You, Meso, and Alpha disappeared."
I frown.
Alpha was erased. Meso disappeared for good, and so did you.
Can I speak?
She takes the flowers and holds them.
What do you mean erased? I sign.
She gives you the flowers back, and she says, "Alpha was taken. You got him back. When he got back, something was wrong. You, Meso, and Alpha then disappeared. Meso continued his business, but no one was allowed to talk about Alpha. And Alpha, it was like he never existed."
And that's all you know?
She nods.
Where? They found me in a storage locker with no memories.
She says, "Once you disappeared, we didn't see you or hear from you or hear about you. I can't help with that."
Thank you. It's reassuring that someone else remembers Alpha.
She signs, "We all remember Alpha. We're just not allowed to."
What are these contracts? I sign.
"Magical NDAs."
What happens if you break them?
She nods to the grave.
Signing is okay? Loophole?
She shrugs.
I cry again. You can't do that. Not when I just found you.
"If there's one thing that I'm so sure of in this world, is that you need to find Alpha."
Yeah. If it wasn't for you, Trunt, and Shane, I don't think I'd ever have any friends, but I have 3 now, and I would really like if you could meet them. Or 2 now, and a new. We'll see.
Sure.
I'm doing my best.
Yeah, she walks back to the group if that's what you want.
Hi guys, this is Izzy.
She waves. She says, "Hi, I used to know Cody a while ago."
Hi, Durrin.
Merrick.
Catherine.
He's the new one.
Yeah. I'm assuming Captain looks like his human or like his normal form again.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's no longer Synonun.
Yeah, he has reverted back to his human disguise.
Good call.
Yeah, we're Cody's crew. We're his friends.
Yeah.
Weird that you took so long to say that in a roundabout fashion, but okay.
It's the best you get out of me some days.
To be fair, Merrick's having a real rough day, so give him a little bit of leeway on that one.
Euceron hasn't been kind to a lot of us. Can we go somewhere and eat or drink or sit?
Yeah, I live not too far from here, if you guys want to come to my place.
If you don't mind.
Catherine looks a little agitated, but he gets in the car and just says, you point the way. And yeah, it's a short drive, like a 5-10 minute drive to a small cluster of homes just outside of Gentino. And she hops out and walks in and opens the door and lets you guys in.
Have you had much to do with Contra since coming here?
No, we were all given quite generous severance packages when the estate was sold. We have shares in everything, and let me tell you, I'm not excited about it, but with the news of the war, the Contra stocks went way up.
Yeah, I imagine. So I guess you don't really know what they're doing here with regards to the Ministry of Defense and their whole rail and all that.
Oh yeah, no, they're just shipping Iberium to Ministry of Defense for ships and vehicles and weapons.
Ah, okay.
How long have you been on Euceron, Izzy?
Oh boy, I've been on Euceron for about 50 years or so.
Oh, so it's been since this place was what it used to be.
Oh yeah. I mean, I bounced around a little bit. I didn't live on Euceron, but I frequently came to stay with Shane when he was alive. I kind of bounced between here and Therum.
So you know Dusty, obviously.
Yeah, I know Dusty, yes.
What was the name of the guy who died at the Golden Chair?
Jimmy.
Jimmy. And you must have known Jimmy?
In passing, yes.
Last year, before the boom happened, right before the second vein was announced for mining, there was a meeting here behind closed doors. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you, Izzy?
No. I'm sorry. I've pretty much been in retirement mode. I run a small catering business, but I'm not involved in that world anymore.
Sense motive.
Sure.
That's going to be a 22.
She's 100% telling the truth. She has no idea anything about the workings of Contra, since she wasn't even she was a cook in the estate, so she wasn't even really in the business.
Fair enough. What was Shane doing all these years here on Euceron?
He did a lot of just sort of groundskeeping for various estates. He stayed in the gardening business. I know Euceron might seem like a bad choice for that, but there's a lot of work that goes into making sure that the soil remains fertile and being able to grow with nutrients and stuff, especially with the Iberium.
If anybody could make a plant grow out here, it would be him.
And that's kind of what he made a career on.
How was he before he passed? He was doing well?
He was good. Yeah, I mean, he was Shane. He was grumpy. He was
gardening.
Ornery. Yep, gardening. It was a simple life, but I think he was happy.
I'm glad to hear it. I'm sorry. I don't think we could stay very long. There's a lot of shit happening, and as I'm sure you know, and we might be kind of involved, and I think we have to go do some saving. I'm really glad I got to see you, and I'm going to go and I'm going to find him.
She signs back. I know.
If there's anything that you think of or know or find, reach out and I'll pass on the details. And if I can, I'll be back. We can have tea or a scone, maybe both.
That would be nice.
If you think of Shane, any ramblings of Shane that at the time may have seemed incoherent or bizarre, reach out.
Towards the end of his life, he seemed pretty convinced that if they kept mining the Iberium, that they would get to a place where they couldn't get back from.
What does that mean? In terms of the toxicity overload, or?
Yeah, I think he was really concerned about, the planet would be stable, but I think there would be it would run its course. We would no longer be able to really live here.
Well, that seems like just about what we were looking for, really.
Yep. Sounds about right.
I think we might need to hop on one of these trains and get,
into the shit.
Into the shit.
One last question. Shane have any fertile ground that he was gardening on in Useron, just in case?
Yeah, back at his old place. Oh, and she runs out to her back door and she opens it up and she says, "He made a little plot for me." And there's a small little garden with a couple of, it seems mostly practical, like a lot of like fruits and veggies and stuff. But then there is a very small section of flowers.
Are they dahlias?
They are.
Ooh.
These dahlias, what I like sign, what's important about them?
They were Mazo's favorite flower.
I sign, did Mazo have a wife?
She says, yeah, Helena.
And I sign, I don't remember her at all.
She was gone by the time you came around.
I sign, does Black Dahlia mean anything to you?
Project Dahlia?
Yes, sorry. Black Dahlia is the murders.
Yes. She cocks her head and she just says, no, I don't think so.
I sign, never repeat that.
She nods.
Like I don't think so, but the Project Dahlia. Yeah. I'm going to take a look at the patch just in case there's something. Ooh. It's a 26 perception.
I don't think, I want to give you something because that's a good perception check, but I don't think there's anything.
That's okay.
Here's what I will say. You remember, like, you get a good look at the shape of the dahlia flower.
Mm-hmm.
And if anything ever comes up with the dahlia, with that perception check, you will recognize it.
Okay.
Can I send off a quick text?
Yeah.
I want to message Patience.
Okay.
And say, what this tree do?
Okay.
I assume you mean like what Kaya is up to?
Yeah. What's it capable of?
So, you guys kind of figured out what Kaya was doing. Its roots were essentially offsetting the radiation from the living apocalypse that was buried in the earth.
Yeah.
And its roots were purifying, very, very similar to the spikes.
So are you saying that if I eventually find a way to convince these people to let me plant the shard of Goa here, that maybe we can save this planet?
It's possible, but it seems like Kaya was for radiation. This is for like toxicity. So the spikes seem to be the specific solution for that problem.
Okay, so tree won't save this planet.
Probably not.
Fuck. I thought I solved the mystery.
I wonder, did tree and spikes come from the same source?
Oh yeah, the tree was an alien as well, correct?
Oh, yeah.
The tree talked to you.
Okay, yeah, let's pause for an hour and a half for us all to go back and listen to that episode again. So the tree was an alien, though. We're correct in saying that, correct, Dane?
I will remind you of what Eridaxis said. Eridaxis told you that the Valai's purpose were to find places in need and help them.
Yeah. So
they
much like the spikes were
tree,
Valai, I think
spikes.
the tree was also Valai.
And you know that in order for the Valai to help, in order to maintain balance in the universe, they had to sacrifice themselves.
So the spikes are also Valai? The tree is also Valai?
Do you have a little baby Valai?
I don't know. I haven't even named it yet.
Just throwing a quick thought out there. What happens if there's like one bad Valai?
Well, I think that's the big what
Spoils
if
the whole
moment
bunch.
right now. Yeah. Because in my eyes, how else would you know what Valai blood does if you weren't a Valai?
Yeah.
We met a Valai, Izzy.
JK, LOL. We don't need to blow your mind with that.
I keep forgetting that it's just like...
It's literally like saying you met a god, more or less.
I know.
We're friends.
She kind of looks over at the other three for validation.
Oh, no. That's a Cody joke.
Oh, okay.
Cody, we don't need to tell your friend you don't want to die. Things that might get her killed.
I feel like we've already done a lot of that. Anyway, he's right. We should go and not get you killed. I'll be back for tea and scones. You don't die. You're not allowed, okay?
Okay. As you guys are leaving, she rushes over to the fridge, opens it up, and grabs a small little container. She says, I feel you've got to take something with you. And she hands you a small container that has 4 cinnamon buns in it.
Thank you very much. I'll share them with my friends, and I'll think of you. And I'll be back. I give her a gigantic hug.
She hugs you back.
Seeing you has been amazing. I just want you to know.
I'm very glad that you're okay.
Yeah, I'm okay.
And she waves at you guys as you guys get back in the car and drive off. And Catherine is kind of like tapping the wheel, and he's like, so that was very heartwarming, I think. But
it didn't get us much further. I'm sorry.
He pauses for a second. He says, sorry, that was dickish. I'm glad you got to see your friend, and I'm sorry about your other friend.
Yeah. Okay.
Gentlemen, we need to come up with a plan of action. And the way I see it is we need to either get into the Ministry of Defense building and poke around, or find someone willing to tell us what's happening. And I don't know which one is more likely to be successful.
That's a tough one.
I think we need to ride that rail into the Ministry of Defense.
Okay. So you want to hijack the train and bring it into the Ministry of Defense?
I think that's what we're leaning to, yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Let me look into that. I feel like that's going to require some finessing. But here's what I know of the train. When it is in transit, the sky rail is protected by a force field. So getting into the train or onto the train during transit, probably not going to happen. The only time it is out of the force field is when it is picking things up or dropping things off. So the quarry, the Ministry of Defense, and potentially the warehouse. Those would be our options into getting on board this train.
Between the quarry and the warehouse, which one is less well guarded? Do you know?
Honestly, at this point in time, one of our most invaluable materials, I imagine they're going to be pretty heavily guarded on all fronts.
No way to disrupt that force field for just a moment, eh?
That could be an option. I'm not sure how we would go about doing it, but the nice thing about technology is that there is always an option to get around it. The way I see it is the warehouse, it would be very hard to cover our approach. So if we were going to go that way, we would have to have a reason to be there. It is in the middle of the desert, and there is really no way to drive up quietly. Second, the quarry, I think it's a little easier to sneak around the tunnels and get around in there. Our approach would be a lot more clandestine. I think it would be a little more subtle. So it is up to what you think is your strength.
Is there a bumbling idiot route?
I mean, I think that's an option for every plan.
Excellent.
What do you think, Merrick?
I think the quarry is probably our best bet. A part of me almost still wants to reach out to Vorax, but I think it's not worth the risk.
Yeah. He could be potentially compromised. I don't know.
But he can potentially be our only option.
He could be our in as well, you know.
Hey, if you want to go and maybe have a drink with him and feel him out, I don't think we go in blind and just say, hey, can you let us into this secret facility? But if you talk to him, and you've got a pretty good read on people, Durrin, right?
I mean, I'm good at reading people. I'm not so great talking to them.
Well, together, if I shut up, we should be able to do it between the three of us.
Well, let's go down to Dusty's to relax for a moment, then we'll stay at the hotel again.
Yeah, we want to at least get a night's rest before enacting said plan.
He's at Dusty's, we'll take advantage of it, and if he isn't, well, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We're all taking poison. We decided we can't figure it out, so we should just all die together as friends.
Oh, shit, I was literally about to say that.
Oh, wow. All right.
Can you imagine?
End of the show.
We can't do the right thing, so we're not going to do anything.
This seems like a lot. Poison time. That could be our whole shtick, is like we set up these really amazing adventures and then just get like, oh, it's overwhelming, and then we all drink poison and start a new season.
All right, y'all ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, let's do this.
So you're going to Dusty's? Is that the plan?
Yeah, rest up.
Catherine pulls up to Dusty's. The valet takes his car with a reasonable amount of concern, considering the bullet holes and damage to it. He's probably seen worse. And you guys go into Dusty's Refresher, and it's popping off. It's nighttime. It's the night crowd. There's people everywhere. It's pretty much like standing room. Everyone's kind of squished in. There's a bit of a dance floor going on closer to the jukebox, but for the most part, people are just hanging around and drinking.
We're crashing here, right? Is that part of the plan, or was
that?
We're
going to go back to the hotel to stay the night, but I just wanted to come in here in case we saw anyone of note.
No Vorak?
No hooded figures?
Give me a luck check.
Maybe we should invite Vorak out.
We do have his deets.
Yeah, well, who wants to roll the luck check?
The last two I rolled were a 2 and a 5, so
I think it's Durrin time. He's been rolling good this session.
Yeah, Durrin.
What am I rolling? D100 or D20?
Just D20.
Just don't fail the boys, okay?
Got an 8.
I said don't.
You don't see anyone of importance, but you can still see there's quite a few off-duty Ministry of Defense people here.
Time to gather information.
Yeah, let's do that. But
Hey, Dusty, can I get another drink? I gotta pay my tab from earlier, too.
Yeah, for sure. Coming right up. And he swings and grabs a beer and slides it over.
Man, Dusty, I can't believe a year ago, this place was just like, this is crazy.
It's a dream come true. And he's just like whipping around the bar.
God damn it.
I would like to buy a round for our Ministry of Defense boys. They're the ones going to be protecting us through all this, so keep their morale high, right?
Sure. Yeah. I'll throw a drink. I'll get a tab going, and the first round that every one of them orders, I'll put it on for you.
I would appreciate that.
Let's give Vorax a text.
You can see one of the Ministry of Defense guys who is nearby overhears this and gives you raises his glass and gives you a thankful nod.
I return it.
Did we get that money off Vorak, by the way?
Yes, when you completed the contract, when you protected the thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you your contract is completed. So everyone add 250 or 2,500 gold.
Nice.
I'm gonna send Vorax a text saying, "Crazy day, drinks on us." Muscle emoji.
Wait, because you have to send 4.
Yeah, I sent 4 muscle emojis.
Oh my god.
Yeah, a couple minutes later, you get a text being like, just finishing up work, or just finishing up something here. We'll be over in a moment. And sure enough, in a couple moments, Vorak comes in. He's in his like sort of civilian clothes, not that much different from what he was normally wearing, but he's not in his uniform.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers to you, friend.
Yeah, wave him over. Get him a nice cold pint.
Maybe I should go with Catherine and visit a weapons shop.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean...
Or by myself. I don't know if you want to stay here, Catherine.
I don't really care one way or the other, but I feel like splitting out, like, considering the tensions, I feel like staying together might be the way to go.
Okay.
And then if you do want to go buy something, for sure.
I just, Cody's not going to speak because we specifically talked about that, so his whole thing was just to, leave. Is there, a video game at the wall or something?
Oh, for sure, yeah. There's like a little arcade stand.
I'll go do that, then.
I feel bad. I feel really bad.
There's big Defrex hunting.
Perfect. I'm going to go play some big Defrex Hunter.
Oh, my God.
I don't suppose there's, a grenade vending machine in this bar, is there?
No, there isn't.
No.
But I mean, like I said,
funny.
we can hit a store if you would like.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop next door and buy 3 grenades and then come back.
Okay.
just 3 smoke grenades, level 1.
All right.
Uh-oh, that feels ominous.
Vorak gets to the bar after wading his way through the crowd of people, and he says, "How y'all doing? Thank you very much for your assistance earlier. It's a job well done. Credits hard earned. We appreciate everyone here appreciates everything you did for us."
Well, with everything going on, I believe you guys all need a night to relax and enjoy yourselves before shit hits the fan, am I right?
We are currently waiting for said shit to hit said fan, yes.
That's wild. Did you manage to get anything out of your prisoners after as I hand them a beer?
They're not talking, but we'll break them. One of them's got a mouth on them, but we'll get there.
Oh, they're speaking.
No, they're not cooperating. But like I said, a couple hours in lockup. One of our interrogators they'll get them to talk.
Oh, they still have faces. Interesting.
What does that mean? Oh, right, the whole melting faces. Yeah, no one's faces was melted. They all just right as rain, just in chains.
Sense motive, 100%.
Yeah, 1,000,000%.
100%.
Oh yeah, there we go. Terry's still gonna beat me, but that's a 24.
25.
Okay. Oh,
just by 1.
That's cruel.
He's convincing.
Okay.
But there's something in his demeanor that betrays him.
Mm-hmm.
And when Merrick starts pushing, you can tell that he is lying.
That's very unfortunate. Okay.
Yeah. Did you manage to get out to our crime scene yet to check that out?
Yes. I had a team go and pick up the bodies. Yeah.
Good. I'm glad we were able to stop those Synonun's.
Yes. Yeah. It's war ain't ever something we wish, but if I am glad that it is the Synonun's. You know, they've been assholes for decades to us with their fucking rules and their making us jump through hoops, their aggression, their hostility. It's a pain in the goddamn ass, and I'm glad that if we have to buckle down and put our boots to some asses, I'm glad it's Synonun's.
Yeah, I'm glad we're getting revenge for all those tithes and stuff they put on restricting our society. Oh, wait a second. I believe it went the other way.
Vorak cocks his head, and Catherine puts his hand on your shoulder, and he says, my friend's had a little bit too much to drink.
Sorry, I was radical left-wing parents, you know?
Yeah.
Teach you all this nonsense.
Yeah, that's the vibe I got from your mom.
Vorak nods and just says, look, I understand. We're all tense and on edge here, but I do want to remind you that it is the Synonun's who attacked the cube. It's the Synonun's who attacked us. It's the Synonun's who attacked you outside your courtroom the second you got freedom. This ain't the time to have a bleeding heart.
No, you're right. My apologies. It was crazy that for a while they thought we were the ones who attacked the cube. Crazy, eh? How things can be confusing.
The nice thing about the truth is that it will always set you free, and the righteous will get justice.
So what are the orders from up top? Where are they going to be sending you?
Oh, I will be maintaining my position here on Useron. I'm not exactly top brass or anything, but I will be overseeing, the comings and goings, making sure and securing the quarry to ensure a steady supply of Iberium for the coming battles. And, just the general, my duties aren't changing a whole lot. I'm just going to have to be a little sharper.
Well, that's good to know that you're going to be diligent. I need to get some air. Merrick's going to step outside.
He's been drinking a lot. What can I say?
My mom died.
Yeah, his mom just he's a bit off.
My condolences.
Yeah. If you see someone who looks like me, but like a little bigger, keep your eye on him.
He's also a Kasatha, so he kind of takes a look at himself. He says, "All right, then, yeah."
Oh,
sure.
Sorry, we're the traditional kind of Kasatha, the real fanatics.
Vorak stares at you for a second. It's just like, I think your friend should maybe lay off the alcohol for the rest.
I'm gonna go sing a song for Jimmy.
Cody's like, he should have been there doing the chat, I guess.
In this moment, I'm like missing Cody so bad.
I get a roll for how well I do a Big Deferix Hunter. I got 10. I did okay.
He's all right. Yeah. Didn't get a high score or anything. Cathan comes over to you and he looks at you and he whispers in your ear. He's like, "You're the bad one at this? What the fuck
so
do
bad.
you do if that's the good one?"
I didn't hear what happened. I don't know.
It's for the best.
You've heard me talk. It's usually a nightmare.
Merrick's gonna buy a bottle, leave it in Jimmy's chair, and then just walk outside.
Okay.
I'm gonna head out with him, actually.
Yeah, I think everyone kind of, unless you're doing something, Durrin, I'm going to give you an opportunity to.
I think we got what we needed from this conversation, if I'm honest.
Okay.
I'm going to see a free bottle in a chair and just kind of take that. I don't know why someone left it.
Give me a stealth check, please.
I'm joking.
Yeah, you guys get out into the outside of the bar, and Catherine looks at you, Merrick, and just like, what the hell was that?
Oh, I'm fine. I just could tell that we weren't going to get from him what we wanted, so I just wanted to make us look foolish and so he doesn't suspect us tomorrow.
Well, we learned the most important thing. We cannot trust him.
No.
Yeah.
Put out a couple lines he didn't bite.
Okay.
It's just like everything, what he's lying about says a lot. Says he knows.
He knows we knows. If he wants to reach out, he can, but if he doesn't, then...
Yeah, I think we need to be very careful around him.
Yeah.
Well, he's the one we may be seeing soon.
All right, well, hey, we got a train job in the morning, right?
Yeah, I guess. We should rest up.
Hello, friends. Space GM Dane here to do the things. This is my second time recording this little break because I forgot how microphones work. So, hooray. First and foremost, we hope you are enjoying this episode. Second, it is the start of a new month, which means there is a ton of new Patreon content available. To kick things off, the Hot Wings Challenge that we did to celebrate our 1-year anniversary is now available to everyone for free. Right now, it is only available on Patreon. We'll probably upload it to YouTube or other video services at some point in time. But for now, if you want to watch the video because you missed it, or you want to rewatch it, or for whatever reason, you got to head on over to Patreon. Second, the Boomer stat block is gone. If you missed it, you missed it. I'm sorry, but that's the way the boss rush works. This month's boss is the Lumberjack, which is the big, giant mechanical elephant that the boys fought during the Siege of Kaya. There are 3 different difficulties, ranging from sort of low, mid to high level, so you can throw that bad boy at your party no matter where you are in your campaign. And finally, the World Primer this month is all about the Bloodletters, everyone's least favorite mercenary group. So if you need a antagonistic, shitty group of dudes who want to fuck over your party, I highly recommend grabbing the World Primer for the Bloodletters. And if you do pledge at that level, you not only get the Bloodletters, but you also get all of the other World Primers that we've released so far as well. There's stat blocks for some of the mercenaries, there's stat blocks for the bear that they put a machine gun into his back, and for the first time in World Primer history, there is a stat block for the Bloodletters Leech ship, which is the ship that fucked up the Persistence during their first space combat. So if any of that sounds like something that interests you or something that you want to bring to your table, or if you just want to support the show, head on over to patreon.com/noquestcast or noquestcast.com and click the Patreon link. And while you're on noquestcast.com, maybe consider joining the Discord. It is a great community that we are so proud of. We love everyone there. It's a lot of fun. They're so talented. They're so nice. If you enjoy the show, I promise you're going to enjoy the Discord. We have a great time there. We have a great crew there, and we would love for you to be a part of it. Anyway, that is it for me this week, friends. We will see you in 2 weeks' time. In the meantime, please enjoy the rest of the episode. Cool. You take a rest. You sleep. It is a new day, so you're going to have to roll me your Jenny abilities.
No, I was going to ask, do we get them if she's not around?
1d6.
She calls us and croons to us in the morning.
I think it's a D4.
D4.
I rolled a 1. Which one's that one?
I believe that's the +2, +5, right?
+2 after I roll, +5 if I don't.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, I got a 4, which I think is the first time I didn't roll a 1. So I get to re-roll a -2. Any check?
Reroll with a -2?
Yeah.
I got the same one.
Nice.
Yeah, so Durrin, you got Rocker Inspiration, gain +5 on any roll before you roll, or +2 after you roll.
Sweet.
And Merrick and Cody,
Encore.
you got Encore. Reroll 1 skill check, attack roll, or saving throw at a -2. You must take the second roll, even if it's worse.
Not bad. Watch it be worse, but...
Most likely, yeah.
Can't be worse than a natural 1, am I right?
Good point. Yeah, you guys are woken up in the morning by Cathan, who strolls in and says, "Wakey, wakey, gentlemen, we've got a train to rob."
Let's do it.
Let's gear up.
So, I guess what's the plan?
I would say, if I'm looking at it logistically, we do our best to get onto the train unseen. We ride that train. We then hide on board that train to its final destination, which is the Ministry of Defense. And then, I don't know.
Then we fuck around and find out, eh?
Fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Entering into the Ministry of Defense base and attempting to fight our way through is a bad call. I think we need to have an idea of what we're doing there first.
That's outside our wheelhouse.
I think we need to get eyes on either the wreck of the spaceship that was brought here or to some kind of data center and see what they've recorded. Maybe that's the way to go.
Okay.
I feel like we're missing something. I really do.
We are. We absolutely are.
I don't feel like we're ready for this part yet.
No, honestly, I'm wondering if I should stay here. Cody, whoa, that's me. Durrin,
Whoa.
You're really good at sneaking.
We can't
I'm
send Durrin
not.
by himself. So
Yeah,
I
but
am
like-
also worse at sneaking, I believe. Or close to
Okay.
it.
Wait. Ideas. Okay.
Where the fuck is Azen? He told me to come here. Where is that son of a bitch?
Yeah, that's a good question. We could consult him on the next step of the plan.
Maybe say his name 3 times.
Azen.
There's a knock at the hotel door.
I opened the door.
Oh, wait.
And standing there, holding a tray, is a hotel employee. And Catherine says, I hope you guys don't mind. I took the liberty in ordering some breakfast.
I'm starving. This is great.
This is great.
Yeah.
Are you Ezen?
The hotel employee just walks away.
I just don't feel like we have enough to do it. I just really don't.
I don't know what else to. I don't know what our other plan would be though.
We're gonna get caught. Like we're gonna get caught.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And we'll be labeled as traitors again if we're caught fucking around in the military base during war times.
Yeah, war crimes on top of our fugitive nature.
Catherine stands up and says, "What if we get caught?"
Excuse me?
Oh,
that I can do.
If they bring us to the military base,
they would, wouldn't they?
Now, I don't know how we're getting out of it. I don't know what the plan is after the fact, but if we need a ticket to the military base, that's as good as any.
They wouldn't just lock up a normal criminal there, would they? Do they have a local lockup center, or is it also in the Ministry of Defense?
Well, I mean, if we're caught on that train, we're definitely going to go to that base.
Yeah, if we're going to get caught anyway, we may as well have it be option 2 or plan B, but I'm thinking, is there... are there separate lockups in the Ministry of Defense and say for a bar brawl?
I mean, there's sheriff offices and stuff here.
Okay.
But if you fuck around with anything important, you're going to go to the Ministry of Defense.
What if we continue from last night? We go to Vorax, we make grand exclamations. Worst case, best case, he believes us. Worst case, he takes us in for questioning.
Yeah, I mean, again, our big problem, it seems like we don't have an exit strategy or how to operate once we're in the building.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think guns blazing is the way to do it, but
no,
I have guns to blaze.
I'm never without a weapon.
Yeah.
Does Emberheart have any idea? I know you said she's got her chessboard and her plans within plans.
It's more her means of setting herself up when it comes time to act. She will have the power and privilege to do so.
Okay.
Worst case, we start saying the right things, and then the people who know better will come to us. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Now, once again, how do we survive that instance? I don't know.
Now
we don't have.
There's another option, which is if they think we have information they need, maybe they'll bring us in a friendly way.
Well, even after last night, the things I said to Vorak, do you think that might be enough?
I don't know.
Well, you came across as a strong Synonun supporter or sympathist.
Yeah.
If you want to get on Vorak's side, I think you're going to have to go the other way.
Well, I know there's a way we could get in, but I don't like it at all, so I'm not even going to say it.
Now you have to say it.
He knows. Captain knows what I'm talking about.
He turns into his Synonin form.
Oh.
I don't like this at all.
I don't like that plan at all.
Yeah, it's a terrible plan.
It puts all the pieces in the right place. You guys get there in a friendly manner, in a positive way. I can go into the detention center and see if I can't figure out what's happening to my people. And maybe free some of them. You heard them. There's more.
We go to Vorak. I rat you out and saying the act last night was trying to draw you to tell me the truth because I had suspicions.
Okay.
And I go to him saying the truth. They get you. They bring us in for questioning or to follow up.
If they bring us in at all. That's the only issue I have.
I say we meet them at the gates of the Ministry of Defense if this is the route we're taking, which, again, I don't want to put you in harm's way, Catherine.
I'm a Synonin in the middle of a war against Synonus Prime. I'm in harm's way.
Yeah, but this is really, really in harm's way.
So what we do is that we chain you up like you've been captured already. We message Vorak and say, hey, I need to apologize for last night. I had a very good reason. We need to pick you up to show you. And then we get him in the car and we convince him to all drive down to the base together.
Or we tell him we meet him at the base.
Well, we need to, the base is in the middle of nowhere. So if we just start driving out there, it's suspicious without him.
Fuck, I don't like this plan. I don't like it.
No, I don't like it either.
It's better than what we had 5 minutes ago.
I don't know that.
Yeah, it's way better than trying to get onto a train and sneak into a military base and then remain undetected while we have no idea where anything is, what we're really looking for. It's a nightmare. If we can go in under the guise of you turning me in, we can get the lay of the land on our way through and maybe sort out a plan on the fly.
Do you understand what you're volunteering for?
I wouldn't do it if I wasn't.
We also have one more piece as well that they could be interested in.
Yeah, I don't like that even more.
The vial?
Yeah.
We save that one till last.
Yeah, we use that as a desperate last gamble.
If you're getting taken into a place where we may not be able to get you out, and the possibility that they are using this liquid on you and your people, potentially you, at this point.
Yeah. Look, like I just told Cody, I understand the risks, but this war is going to kill a lot of my people. And if I have a chance to expose the true nature of it, the real motivations of it, I'm not going to sit here because I don't want to get hurt.
All right. Let's get ready. Let's message Astrid and just let her know where we're going to be in case we get captured, and maybe she'll be able to do something about it.
Yeah.
If not,
let's
boys,
get ready.
This is our swan song. If we fuck this up, we're toast.
What can we do to give you the best chance of getting out of there? Is there a way you can secrete weapons on yourself, or
if you find a way to make a distraction, I'll make it count.
We were good at that too.
We're very good at that. That's the thing we're the best at.
That's the one I say we are professionals at that.
Now, maybe we shouldn't tell them that it's Cathan, because if you're not in your Cathan form, he has no reason to know that, right? So at least afterwards, you can be Cathan again. Yeah,
there's no reason to compromise your altered ego.
I will say he still looks like himself.
Okay, never mind then.
He just has horns and his skin is a different color.
Okay.
Right. So what we'll even do is we'll say that Lady Emberheart put us up to trying to search for the Synonun, just to leave her out of it. She put us up to it to try to track him down. Unbeknownst to her, it was the closest person to her.
Actually, if you can at least tell Lady Emberheart that you're volunteering for this so we don't get too much shit, I would appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. He gets on the phone, and you said you wanted to call Astrid, right?
Astrid, yeah.
Okay. On the phone with Astrid, she says, "Okay, what are you gonna say now? What have you done?"
Oh yeah, we're going into enemy territory with a Synonun at our side.
Okay, well that's about as crazy as what everything else you usually tell me is. What's the plan? You're walking a Synonun in as a prisoner, I assume?
Correct. To get us inside and to hopefully give us a window to try to find the liquid and what's going on with it.
Well, boys, this is finally something that I can help you with.
Amazing.
That would be great.
We need help. So
yeah, we're really barely staying afloat right now.
This plan is more so like a string and some bubble gum put together.
You are acting as official representatives of the Tavern Oversight Guild at the moment. I can pull some strings and get you a audience with the Ministry of Defense in a means to turn over your prisoner. That is something 100% within my capabilities. Bureaucracy is my strength right now. So give me 30 minutes to file the paperwork, and they will be expecting you. So if this is what you're doing, I can't unring this bell.
No, ring the bell. Round 1, fight, fight, fight.
Okay, I'll send it off.
This way we can go straight to the base.
In half an hour, they will be expecting you.
Cody, can you drive a car?
Yes.
Sick.
Anything with a wheel, I can drive.
Is there anything you want to buy or do before you head out to the Ministry of Defense?
We didn't get money off Emberheart, right?
No, not yet. We have not solved that mystery.
Damn. I really want to get a personal upgrade part 2.
I'm trying to think if I can give anything to our friend here to help him. But when we do this, it's not going to be we're being, what's the word? Framed or anything. We're actually going to be criminals after this.
Only if we get caught.
It's fine. We'll do it like Heat. We'll get out of this all right.
Again, have you seen the end of Heat?
No, I haven't seen the end of Heat.
Yeah, we always turn it off before the end.
It does not go well. If there's nothing you guys can think of, you can set off with Cathan to the Ministry of Defense.
Oh, this is such a bad idea. Yeah, let's go, I guess.
It's the only idea we have.
There was a time a little bit ago where we were gonna do a train job, get on the train. It's gonna be exciting. All right, let's go.
Oh, yeah, let's tell Jenny and Short Jack. If we don't make it back, they need to fly out of here and go live a nice, peaceful life somewhere.
You get a text back being like, cryptic, but standard. Okay, smiley face.
They're probably used to this by now, actually.
Yeah, you just get like a guitar emoji and a bunny emoji. Said,
love you both.
You get a picture of them both, like with their fingers crossed.
I really want a backup plan with this, but I don't think we're going to get one.
I sent a selfie with Catherine in handcuffs, like making like a ooh face.
Okay, you guys drive out to the Ministry of Defense base.
Yeah, our backup plan is what we normally do, which is just hit and shoot at everything that moves.
Just wing it?
Yeah, just wing it.
Well, I mean, this plan is pretty much just wing it.
So, wait, before we go in, we gotta try to stealthily get this information, preferably without getting caught and setting off alarms and getting the whole Ministry of Defense on our ass. While we're doing that, we also need a non-illegal, non-getting us also thrown in jail way to cause a distraction to help our good friend Catherine here. Also, if he doesn't bust himself out, I can't leave without taking him with us.
Suggestion. What do you guys think about hiring some mercs to cause a distraction while this deal is going down?
We've got 20 minutes.
All right, let's go. That's fair. That's fair. Wish I thought about it before we made the call to Astrid, but yeah, let's just go.
Catherine, anyone you know in 20 minutes might be willing to take some pot shots to the Ministry of Defense base?
No one I'm willing to let take pot shots at the Ministry of Defense, no.
Fair.
Specifically, we're going to have to get away from their eyes after we hand you over inside that base, and that's where it's going to get hairy.
What's going to have to happen here is I think it's going to be you, Durrin. I think you're going to have to be stealthy while we're there, and me and Merrick are going to have to distract them, keep them busy, do something.
Yeah, this isn't going to go wrong. All right.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I'm sorry, listeners. This is how the podcast ends.
You arrive to the massive fortress of the Ministry of Defense. It is a big octagon-shaped building with layers of walls in between. You approach, and there is a small contingent of guards who is being led by Vorak, who meets you at the gate. And he looks at your prisoner, Catherine, and he says, I was wondering why you were acting so strange last night. Now it is all crystal clear. This was
all part of the plan.
God damn it. Love it. This is why I knew I could trust y'all. This is why I knew that you were the right men for the job. Now, it's unfortunately, we can't bring your vehicle within the perimeter for safety reasons, but we will leave it here for you. And let's get this man put behind bars where he belongs, yes? The giant gates slide open, and Vorak ushers you into the base.
What are we seeing?
Well,
as long as there are no Gundams, we're good.
There are 19 Gundams.
Fuck.
You are brought into like the main courtyard where there is a garage. You see a bunch of various tactical vehicles. There is a landing pad off to the right side of things with a helicopter and various small like one-man pilot sort of like drone situations. And then further back you see a full landing strip with some of the ships that you had seen attack the Synonun ship that originally attacked the plaza that you guys fought. From there's the main central building, and that is where Vorak is bringing you into. What would y'all like to do while you're in this courtyard, if anything?
Okay.
I'm gonna do a perception check on the helicopter setup, just to make sure, like, just to see if it's something that we can use to get out if we have to.
I'm also going to percept that.
22.
I got 25.
Dirty 20.
What are you trying to discern?
Like the securities on this helicopter, like what we would have to deal with if we try to use it as an escape measure.
The biggest thing that you can see is that there is like guards and like mechanics working on it, so you would have to deal with them somehow. But there doesn't seem to be any, like, other than, you know, turning it on and that kind of stuff, there doesn't seem to be anything that you would have to do to fly it out. It is open air. There's no like roof or anything that you'd have to get through.
All right. God, I feel so bad about this. Holy shit.
Yeah. How well guarded is this courtyard area?
Oh, there's like easily hundreds of administrative fans.
Of course there are. Just waiting for that window of opportunity, Dane. That's what we're doing.
Okay, well, you guys...
There's nothing for us to...
We just keep our mouth shut, and it ends with Dane saying, like, anyway, you guys are locked up in jail, and we're like, cool.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do in the courtyard anyway, I assume.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, you guys get to the main building. Vorak presses his hand against the pad. It scans his hand and beeps, and then slides open. And you guys are brought into a long corridor with a bunch of rooms that kind of branch off. And once again, this is a smaller octagonal building, so you can see that there's like a hallway that goes along the perimeter, and then there are rooms in the center, and then in front of you, in the middle of this building, is a elevator. And Vorak turns around and he says, "Now, gentlemen, I would love to be hospitable here and give you the tour, but as you can understand, we are in times of war, and I'm not really allowed. I mean, technically, if you guys all weren't getting the seal of approval from the Tavern Oversight Guild, you wouldn't even be here. Civilians should not be here. But considering what you've done for Useron up until this point, and the ability of you turning over a Synonun saboteur to us right now, I'm gonna let it slide. I like you guys. So if you follow me, we'll get this man processed, and then we'll have you on your way."
We understand. This is a cool facility you've got here, though.
Thank you. It is quite state of the art. Yes.
Where's that elevator go?
Into our subsections, our detention facility. The usual things that you'd have on a military base, R&D, weapons testing, that kind of stuff.
Wow, cool. Underground bunkers. I love those.
Can never be too safe.
Oh, that's it. I'm glad the Army has such great facilities. We feel so safe.
Well, we'll need them with war and with people like this guy here sneaking up on us and infiltrating, crazy.
I kick him in the shins. I kick Synonun into the shins.
Oh.
Cathan?
Yeah, I kick Cathan in the shins.
He's like, fuck. Ow. Vorak turns around and he's like, all right, let's calm down. We ain't in the habit of, we know they're our enemy, but they are a prisoner of war right now. There is some level of decorum that we have to maintain in order to not be monsters.
Oh, my apologies. So just after my act yesterday, had to get it out somehow.
Every now and then, if they bump their heads getting in and out of something, or, perhaps they fall down a stair or two, it happens. And the door to your right opens up, and a guard brings you guys in, and they begin sort of processing Cathan, like taking pictures, doing fingerprints, that kind of stuff.
Is this my chance, boys? Is this what this is?
Seems like it might be.
I'm gonna slink away, but they'll notice I'm gone, right? So it'll be obvious something's up. But then again, something is up. So I don't know.
Durrin,
what do you? Yes.
Stop tapping your leg like that. You always do this. I say to go before we left the hotel, and you never do.
That's why we call you Piss Rat.
I got the cheek pouches. I assume sometimes it's like a little.
You fill up your cheek pouches with piss?
Yes. It's like 79 cents for the massive thing. But you can kind of sneak a little bit into the cheeks from time to time, so you get a little bit more. Hold on,
1 second. Are you saying you fill your cheeks with piss, or the drink that you drink?
The drink, clearly.
We all thought it was piss this whole time.
You were pissing in your mouth.
It did.
No,
very much sound like you were pissing in your mouth, sir.
No, I don't piss.
Can we let this sicko go to the washroom? I'm so sorry. He's very skilled, so that's why we keep him around.
This is our moment to get in with the Ministry of Defense, and you're ruining it. They're going to think we're a bunch of jabronis.
Can I use your washroom, please?
He looks at you for a second. He leans in close. He says, "You ain't going to piss in your mouth, are you?"
I'm not going to piss. I've never pissed in my mouth.
That sounds like something someone who pissed in their mouth would say.
He's going to roll a sense motive on you.
I remember, sir.
That's a 27. Durrin?
Yeah? What do you want? A bluff, right? That's what you want?
Hey, hold on.
Why you got a bluff?
You only have to roll a bluff if you've actually pissed in your mouth.
You know what? I think we're gonna roll a little bit of bluff. Things happen sometimes. Durrin has had a wild life. All right.
Durrin's canonically pissed in his own cheek pouch.
24.
You fail.
No. Oh, you do fail.
So he knows.
Vorak gives you a very, very unimpressed look, and he says, "Make it quick."
How's Catherine feeling about all this?
You can tell he's not happy. You don't need to roll a sense motive on that one.
When Durrin leaves, I'm gonna come up to Vorak and be like, sorry about him. Don't mind him. Do you guys have an opening? Ministry of Defense? War? All really cool.
Oh, you're thinking of enlisting, son?
I don't know. I just know you're very cool, and I want to be cool.
Okay, all
That's
right.
just how military enlistment works.
I mean, pretty much.
Yeah.
You're American. You can agree.
Durrin, we're going to follow you as you head over to the bathroom to definitely not piss in your own mouth.
Yeah. No.
What would you like to do? You're outside in the hallway, and there's no one around at the moment.
No one around at the moment. I guess the first thing I want to do is try to see any potential openings somewhere I could go and sneak into, get into like some crevices, I guess, somewhere like that. Assuming there's not going to be a vent in the bathroom, but let's check there too.
Give me a luck check.
Okay. 10.
It's not enough.
Okay.
Oh, come on. This military base don't care about their vents.
Can I give Terry my reroll a -2?
Oh, I do have the +2 that I can just add to it.
Okay.
You know what? I'll use my +2. I'll add my 2 to my...
I don't really want to set the precedent that you can use this on luck checks, but fuck it. Why not? Who cares? We can do whatever we want.
We just spent like 2 minutes talking about Terry pissing in his own mouth.
I deserve this.
That's why I'm allowing it.
To be fair, Terry did it to himself. I asked Terry, do you piss in your cheek pouch? And he said yes.
Well, okay. Like, in my mind, I'm just like, do you think it accidentally happened at some point? Yeah, maybe.
Why would that happen by accident? Terry, have you accidentally pissed in your mouth before?
No, but I'm saying, like, hey, he's a little rat. Who knows what he might have gotten up to at some point? I can't honestly vouch and say, no, it never happened. Like, who knows?
Maybe he was on a stakeout.
You know what? You're right. Survival situation, you gotta drink your own pee, all right?
Yeah.
You still don't have to piss in your own mouth.
Okay. We're getting distracted here, boys.
This is what the listeners want.
You go into the bathroom, and you find a grate. There is a vent up above one of the stalls.
Man, I feel like we need a better plan than this.
At this point, man, we're letting it ride.
I know.
We have to hope that this is like a 90s movie where the plan just goes well, and everyone high-fives at the end,
Yeah, what era was Heat from? Was that 90s or 80s?
Heat was 90s, I believe.
Cool. All right, let's do it.
You do not. I want to stress it. You do not want it to end like Heat.
We're going in the vent. We're going in the vent, and I'm going to try to get to the security office.
So I'm going to need a stealth check now.
Okay. I got a 23.
Okay. You begin clambering through the vents. And you don't really know where you're going because you don't know the layout of the building. But you do get to a room that seems like it is some sort of security office.
Okay.
In that room, you see a screen that has a layout, a map.
Okay. Ooh, let's get that written down.
There are 2 places that seem important. The R&D lab and the impound lot.
R&D and impound. Okay.
Those seem like they would be the best bets for what you are looking for, which is the Nightcrawler ship and any sort of tie to the Silver Liquid.
And both are underground, right?
Both are underground, yes.
Okay. Is there a guard in this security place? I'm assuming, yeah.
There are 2, yes.
Oh, I don't know what to do. Okay.
We're going to jump back over to Cody and Merrick. You guys are in the room, and Vorak is leaning against the table that Catherine is currently being processed through. And he looks at you, Cody, and he's like, you fancy yourself a man of the Ministry of Defense?
I'm pretty good at punching and shooting.
Okay, all right. What about you, Merrick?
Oh, yeah, I love defense. Look, Hey, Vorak. I like bring him a little bit closer. You seem like a real good dude. I trust you. I feel that, you're a commander. This is who you are. We've been on like a mission for the Oversight Guild, for the taverns for a while now. And I know that the military, like the defense, have been wanting to bring us in for a while. We know Decker. We've met Decker a couple times.
Okay.
We know some stuff.
Such as?
Well,
God. Why are we here already?
I'm trying to get them to bring us to a different space. We need to get out. We need to go underground. You and I also have to get underground somehow. You remember what I told you about before? I was trying to see if you know. I think you know. I've got some more of it.
His demeanor changes, and he stands up. And he says, "Are you telling me you have a substance that might be related to the war with Synonun? Or Synonus?"
Yeah, well, the Synonans are using it. They're obsessed with it. We both know that. Those fanatics.
He looks at Catherine and then over to Cody and you, and he says, "Do you have it on you?"
It's all... I think we need to go somewhere a little bit safer where he can't hear us.
Sure.
We can get to the root of what's going on here,
Vorak leads you out into the hallway, and he says, "If you have that with you right now, we need to get that into a secure location so that it cannot do any damage."
Well, let's bring it down. It's connected to me right now, and I don't want to let go of the lock until we get somewhere safe.
Durrin, you're currently seeing and hearing this in the vents.
Okay.
And
Okay.
you see that Vorak is starting to walk over to the elevator in the center. And there's a vent that goes that way too.
Yeah, we'll take it. We'll follow him along.
And once again, Vorak places his hand on the reader, and the elevator gets called, and the elevator goes in front of you, Durrin, through the grate that looks down into the elevator shaft. And now you can see the top of the elevator.
Yeah, climbing right on top of there.
Okay, give me a stealth check, please.
Oh, phew. Okay, 30.
Okay.
Just quietly following along.
Well, sorry, I assume you're jumping on the top of the elevator? Is that what you're doing?
The top.
Okay,
The top.
cool.
Quietly
Yeah.
following. Yeah.
And the elevator begins going down, and Vorak looks at you and Merrick, Cody, and says, "Gentlemen, I shouldn't be bringing you down here, but I believe that we are on very much the same side of this crusade. And what you have could mean the difference between victory and crushing defeat. So I need you to promise me that what you see down here stays between us. And if it doesn't, if I understand or hear that you've uttered a single word of what you've seen down here, we will end you. Do you understand me?"
Oh, 100%. We've been looking for people who've had the same ideology as us. It's been a while.
They killed our friends. They framed us. We've been having the worst time, so we're with you.
I'm going to need a bluff check from you guys.
Oh, this
Did
is
you
where
kill our friends? Oh, it's a fucking nat 20.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That's the dirty 20 for me.
Now, my bluff is a -1, so it's a nat 19.
I will let these ride. He's not going to do a sense motive because he wants to believe you guys, and those are very, very good rolls.
And really, a lot of truth in the matter, right? It's very believable that we would be angry at the people who killed our friends and framed us.
The door opens, and you enter into a room, and it is a large open room. There is a small, long lab against the left-hand wall, and on the right, you see 3 ships, Synonun in design, and you recognize all 3 of the names. They are the names of the ships, the Synonun ships, that shot down the transport that was supposed to have you guys, but was carrying Satir, Quip, and Query.
I'm very upset right now. Holy shit.
I'm just gonna graze against Cody's hand.
It's a fist.
Oh, fuck.
And in the far end, in front of you, is what remains of the Nightcrawler. And it's not covered in that liquid anymore. But it does. You can see that it is 100% the ship that you saw out in space.
Oh, I'm so mad.
It is cordoned off with this white plastic, and there are people inside it walking around and taking measurements and stuff. And he brings you to the center and says, the liquid, you said you had it, yes?
Yeah.
Great. We need to make sure that it is put away somewhere secure. And he reaches out one of his hands.
How can you keep it safe?
Well, we have managed to find a way to neutralize it.
Wow, that's amazing. How?
I'm a grunt. I'm not one of these eggheads. I don't know the scientific process. All I know that is they know how to do it, and it works.
Hey, Vorax, you remember the footage from the attack, right? Like on the cube?
Yes, yeah.
You know the guy who punched a tank?
Yes.
He's connected to this file. And I'm the only thing stopping it from knowing where it is. So wherever you're going to do with it, I need to be with it right until it's done. Right until the deed. I'm the only thing keeping him from coming in here. I've seen the man be able to transfer into goo.
Yeah.
Give me some perception checks.
It's a 16. Oh, sorry, a 15.
That's a 22.
You notice that the room is starting to pay pretty close attention to the three of you guys. Durrin, what are you doing right now?
I am going to work on a distraction.
Okay.
Let's make our way towards somewhere where there are a few servers that I can toss a magnet into.
Well, where you are right now is you're on that floor with the three ships, the Nightcrawler, and the lab on the left. So there isn't really like a server bank or anything.
Okay. I think I want to get to maybe some of the more internal parts, maybe like the pipes, the engineering stuff, something I can fuck with. Like, what would be nearby that I could take the vents to?
Okay, I would say that you could probably get to a place that has, like, there's a bunch of like safety, like suppression equipment and stuff. Yes. Like fire suppression and like that kind of stuff for in case of emergencies. You can definitely get to one of those systems.
Yeah, let's do that. That's where I want to go.
Okay. I'm going to need a stealth check, please.
Okay. 25.
Okay. And now I'll need an engineering check to do what you're trying to do.
My engineering is a 26.
Merrick, I'm sorry. I interrupted your speech about Azin. If you want to continue your warning.
Look, I'm the only thing that's stopping him from doing what he wants to do. We're friends. Him and I, we were friends. So if this goes out of my hand, he can show up here in an instant. And I don't think anyone here wants that. You know what he's capable of.
Okay, all right. That I understand your concern, and I certainly wouldn't want a man who can punch one of our tanks showing up to our facility. I get it. So if you are confident that you can keep this safe until we can neutralize it, that is fine.
Yeah, he won't hurt me, at least not now.
Durrin, what are you trying to accomplish with your distraction?
What I want to do is turn off the fire suppression and set off some engineering alerts. Like nothing too crazy, but enough to draw some attention.
Okay, when you say set off, you mean like you want the fire suppression to, like the system to go off, like start spraying the foam stuff out?
Ooh, I was trying to turn it off, but you know what? I like the let's turn the fire suppression on. Yeah, let's just.
Yeah, Durrin's going like the words are going okay, but let's get some chaos in here.
Yeah.
Can I time it in the way where I sort of know he's trying to take us?
Yeah, you guys are making your way over to the lab.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's flip on that fire suppression. Let's go.
As the doors to the lab slide open with a, you hear a couple like alarms go off, like a bwamp, 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 as the pipes overhead that have the fire suppression begin spraying down this thick white foam. And Vorak looks around and says, "What the hell is going on here?"
It must be him. Azin must know we're here. He doesn't want us to deactivate the goop.
Is this part of the process to deactivate it?
He looks at you and he says, "Obviously it isn't, you fucking idiot."
Whoa.
And he pushes past you and draws his weapon and begins looking around. What are you guys doing?
I want to do a perception to see if there's any kind of information lying out and about that I might be able to make use of or steal. That's a 22.
Okay. And Merrick, what are you doing?
I'm going to try to be... I'm just like keeping him distracted, being like, it's Azin. We have to lock the doors. We have to seal ourselves off.
Okay, give me a diplomacy check.
That I can do. I don't roll those often. That's going to be a dirty 21.
Okay. He nods and puts an arm out across you and ushers you back into the lab and presses his hand against the keypad, and the doors slam shut. So it's just you, a couple scientists, and Vorak. Cody, what did you roll?
22 perception.
you manage to get your eyes on something that you definitely were not supposed to see. And it's a list of what the screen calls candidates. And it is a bunch of names, and some have been crossed off, but there is a name there that you recognize. And midway through this list, under a list of potential candidates for assimilation, is Pangolas, Satir.